Excellent. Welcome everybody. Everybody who's joining me for the second part of our mini series about resiliency. Um, and welcome to anybody who's just joined us now. Either they're watching it live or they've clicked on um, the link on ourspace.hamilton.ca. So welcome to everybody. We're talking about resiliency, and we're talking about how can we boost up our resiliency? How can we kind of find a few helping strategies to help us get a little bit better? We know from last time that there's not that quick button, that quick fix, unfortunately. But we also know in life isn't really like that. My mother told me that life wasn't like a Little House on the Prairie episode, because they always fixed everything within the hour. So unfortunately, it's those little things, right? And if we start doing these healthy habits in our life, the little things, we are going to see big changes, but over time. Right? So this little webinar here, this session is going to be about stop to pause. Okay, especially nowadays, we're so busy doing everything. Well, we've been forced right now to slow down a little bit, but normally we're really busy, right? We have school, we have work, we have friends, we have our chores, we have all our things that we have to do in life and keep everything sorted. But we don't take time for ourselves. And we know that we have to take time for ourselves. We know that if we don't have the strength to help other people, we're not going to be able to do it. We know if we don't look after ourselves, we're not going to feel the best that we can feel, right? And I found this on a website, and I thought it was great because people, especially in class, they say, why do we have to do mindfulness? Why do we have to do yoga? Why do we have to do meditation? Or who cares what we think about while we're doing the dishes? I get a lot of questions like that. And if a well-being, an improved sense of well-being isn't enough, then I went and found the helpguide.org. It's a Harvard University website, and it says scientists have discovered that mindfulness can relieve stress, treat heart disease, lower blood pressure, reduce chronic pain, improve sleep, and alleviate gastrointestinal difficulties. Wow. So they've done tests. They know that, mind over matter type of deal. We know that with these few things that we can actually improve the way of life. So I bring it into the things I'm going to show you today, quick little things. Most of the students that I work with know these because we do them every day in class. But I want to show you a few things, and hopefully you'll either investigate more and take advantage of these wonderful things we have online today, or just follow my direction and do these few things and see what it does, right? And it might lead you on a path of finding something else that helps you. That's great. It's all about learning. And that is one of our sessions that's coming up later on, is position yourself as a learner. That's another key area in resiliency. Sorry, I can't talk today. So I challenge you to look at all these things that we're throwing out there. Not everything's going to work for you, but absolutely, you might find one or two things. So welcome to my mindfulness session. I have a couple videos that are going to be coming up, and I'll just walk through you. Again, it's stuff that we've done in class, so it won't be any surprise. But it is, I want you to make this a habit like brushing your teeth, right? That's something that we do every day. Nobody really wants to do it. But we know that the benefit in the long run is really positive. So think about this. If we can kind of put this into our lifestyle, like brushing our teeth, we know in the long run, not only we're going to have a really great smile, but we might be a little bit happier in the process as well. So let's go ahead and take a look. Now, some of these have video. You'll see me out here on my side yard, and we're doing some 4-count breathing here. And I challenge you to, when you breathe, you can use any number you want. You can use no number at all, and just actually pay attention to how your breath enters your body, how it fills up the space in your lungs, how it fills up the space in your belly. I want you to think about slowing down the breath, right, while you're doing this. Nice. And this is something you can do in the comfort of your own home, right? We don't have to be doing this on the side yard like Jodi. I'll do anything out in public. Everybody knows that about me. But do it where you're comfortable. Okay. Now I apologize. I can't change my next slide right now. Ah, thank you, Haruka. And this next one is progressive muscle relaxation. So again, we've done this in class. It's when you take individual muscle groups. You can start with your forehead, you can start with your hands, you can start with your whole body. This next little video is going to show I'm starting with my shoulders and my face at one point. Right? And I'm crunching everything up, breathing in, and then letting everything go. You can't hear it, but I'm even making a noise while I'm blowing out that air. Right? And it's really just paying attention to your body, allowing your body to relax. We know if we don't, sometimes we start our days like this, full of anxiety and stress, right? And if we don't take those few minutes every day to lower that, we're starting off up here. How do we handle that jerk that cuts us off in traffic? That was me the other day. How do we handle that jerk that stands too close to us now? Right? So all those things that build up on us, that keep us up really high, if we do things like this that lower that sense of stress, we're going to be able to handle the next challenge a little easier. And now we're going to go on to the child's pose. Everybody is quite aware of yoga in our mindfulness sessions. Yoga is a wonderful way to reconnect with your body for exercise, but it also is really good for your actual physical health. So the few poses that I kind of promote in mindfulness are ones that help with relaxation, they help with energy, they help with gastrointestinal issues. We know that stress often causes a lot of pains in our tummies, stress in our joints. So these few yoga poses that I'm going to show you now really kind of focus on those symptoms. So, and again, all this stuff is available online. You can go on and Google tons of different yoga, breathing apps, all that different stuff, whatever you kind of find of interest to you. And right now, there is a ton of stuff. So take advantage. Exactly. I am seeing here breathing apps, yoga poses can be found online. Absolutely, right? I've been doing yoga in my house and I just picked somebody new, found somebody I love. Now I subscribe to his channel and it's quick and easy and I click a button and off we go. So this next pose here is the child's pose. And wonderful side yard of myself here. And you can see I'm putting a towel under my head. It's not about getting into the pose and forcing yourself into the pose. It's about allowing your body to go where it wants to that day. So I use that towel. It holds me up a little bit. You don't have to get as deep into it. It's all about what feels comfortable to you. It's not about excessive stretching. Okay? So now we're doing the extended child's pose. You can see my arms out and ahead of me. This is a really calming. It's calming, but it's also energizing because the blood is going to your head. So it's an awesome pose to kind of regenerate. If you're feeling a little overwhelmed, that's a nice pose to get into. Another one that we do commonly is the, oh, I apologize, we didn't switch the video. We'll go into the twists now. This one, see clearly once I click on here. Yeah. It's all about taking your time. That's why I really recommend doing this someplace that you feel safe, because we kind of feel corny sometimes doing these poses, right? So it's something that we can do by ourselves. And it's going to help with digestion. It's going to help with relaxation. It's going to open up your hips. It's going to stretch those side muscles that we don't stretch very often. And you're going to stay here as long as you want. I did it quite quick, back and forth, just for the demonstration. But all these poses are, if you're comfortable and you want to stay there for a long time, great. If you want to um, flow through them quickly, hey, again, it's all about you and whatever works for you. The only thing I challenge you to do is when we're doing things like breathing, when we're doing the yoga poses, is try to focus on what you're doing, even if it's only for 10 seconds, whatever you can do. And whenever you lose that train of thought, just bring it back over to the focus again, right? There's no punishment, there's no consequence for losing focus or starting to think about your worries again. It's fine. Bring your focus back to your breathing, to your muscles, to your body. It's all a learning curve. This stuff, it doesn't just come naturally to us, unfortunately. So we do have to practice. So be compassionate with yourself when you're trying through new things, right? It might not feel perfect the first time you do it. It might not feel perfect the second or third time, but don't give up. Don't give up on trying new things. So the next one we're doing is legs on wall, one of our students' favorite. I'm doing it outside, so you'll see I don't have a wall, but I do have a lovely garden fence there. This one is awesome for relaxation. Again, energy as well, because your head is lower than your legs. It rejuvenizes us. It makes us feel better. If you're out walking all day, I think of going to amusement parks. Remember that? After walking all day or at the mall, do this pose for a few minutes and you're going to feel amazing, or I think so. I love it. It took me 10 times. So somebody's saying that, yeah, it took me 10 times of doing things before I enjoyed it or got something out of it. So awesome. Thanks for that feedback. I hear someone's fave. I knew it. That's awesome. So next we're going to go on to guided meditation. This is pretty neat. There are tons of apps out here, so you don't have to just record my voice now and use it over and over again. For the next 2 minutes, though, because you may be alone. If you're not alone or you don't feel comfortable, then just watch it. You can laugh at my silliness. But if you're in a comfortable space, let's take this 2 minutes and enjoy the next 2 minutes of some guided meditation. It's really a time to allow ourselves to escape. It's a time that we can kind of get out of our bodies or get out of our heads, sorry, but still be in our bodies, to still feel sensations, to feel relaxed and safe. So I challenge you to check out guided meditation. It's something I was introduced to a few years ago, and it's almost fun because you can pick to go anywhere you want to go, and somebody guides you on this wonderful adventure. So I will turn off my mic, and for the next 2 minutes, you will hopefully enjoy the sound of my voice, and I will come back when it's done.
So I want everybody to start by getting into comfortable position, closing your eyes if you feel comfortable enough. You're going to be in this position for about 30 seconds this time, so make sure you feel comfortable. And I want everybody to start thinking about walking down a beautiful forest trail. The temperature is perfect. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. You start taking in nice deep breaths, and you're smelling the forest, the moss on the trees and on the stones. And you decide your feet start getting warm, so you take off your shoes and your socks and you leave them by the rock, and you continue your walk down the path. You can see light glimmering through the trees up ahead, and as you walk closer, you can hear the waves of the water. You can hear the seabirds squawking and making noise. And you keep walking, and you enter into the sunlight. It's perfect temperature. It's not too hot, not too cold. You feel the sand in your toes, and it feels wonderful. And you walk towards the water, and you stick your toes in the water, and you can feel the cool water lapping against your skin. And you find yourself wanting to sit down on the beach, and you close your eyes, and you hear all the sounds. You feel the wind on your skin, and you take a couple nice deep breaths, and you're really enjoying where you're at. And when you're ready, you're going to stand up, walk back across the beach into the beautiful forest again. You find your shoes on the side of the path by the rock where you left them. Maybe you carry them out of the forest and you think, what a wonderful time that was.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, me on my side yard. I'm hoping Haruka gets my lovely face off the screen there for her. Thank you very much. Excellent. So that's a quick little introduction to a few things that you can do to kind of stop and pause, right? There are so many more things that we can do, and there's so many more things that we're going to look at in this series. But I like to keep them short, just so we can kind of really think about those key things that we looked at today. I challenge you to take those away and explore, try a few out. Like I said, go online, look at yoga, look at guided meditation, look at breathing. There's so many different apps out there. And I welcome you, and please share what works for you. That's another thing, is that we learn so much more when we have these discussions because we all share our own ideas, right? And it's awesome. You might know something that I don't, and vice versa. So sharing is a great way to learn. Excuse me. So I invite you to come back to our next webinar, which is going to be in a couple weeks. We'll send out an invitation. Excuse me. And the next one's going to look at control, looking at things that we can control and how do we deal with the things we can't control. Another huge part of resiliency. Excellent. And I apologize, I have a tickle in my throat. So I thank everybody for joining me today as we discover ways to increase our resiliency together. I hope to see everybody here next time. And for now, take care of yourselves, take care of your family, and enjoy the sunshine.